And welcome to the preview for January Cup night at Happy Valley. Only time we have group racing at the Valley. Paul Lally is here. He's going to find us some winners along the way, and we get things underway at 7:10 on the B course with the Patterson Handicap Class 5 over the 1,000. Happy Horse in good form, extra £7 for a senior rider this week. August Moon has the blinkers off and the one-eyed blinker going back on. Magic Traveller comes back in distance. Fingers crossed wears a tongue tie again. Modest Gentleman has the pacifiers with the cows off and the blinkers going on, and he does draw a gate. Modest Gentleman. Happy Horse leads, Paul, but there's a bit of speed. Horses like Happy Tango and Multimore can also show some toe. Yeah,
definitely, but Happy Horse has gone really well from the front. From an inside draw, I think he can easily get there. Happy Tango was a possibility to lead, but he hasn't in his last couple. Multimore, it'll be Alice Wong's first ride around Happy Valley, and unfortunately for him, he's drawn wide.
He is. And we're going to focus on probably the favourite for the race now. That is Happy Horse, who's been going really well. Class 5 has been his friend, Paul. Here he is running second. He had his chance in this race. Magic Traveller fades late and Multimore ends up running fifth. Now, Happy Horse was a winner 2 starts ago, beating Goodmanship, and then this second behind Double Show. He was run down, beaten by 3/4 of a length.
Yeah, so look, he's a horse who's found a bit of form. He run really well 3 starts, go for a 4th. Then he won, and then he's backed it up with this, and he was only mugged late. So, look, I think he's a legitimate chance in this race. It's not an overly strong race by any stretch of the imagination.
It's a good start for the replays with Happy Horse there. What about August Moon? He hasn't been in this grade too much. He's only had the 4 starts, in fact, in this grade this time since he's come down. He's won 1 and also has run a placing. He leads for home here. This was over the 1,200, drops back to the 1,000 from a wider draw.
Yeah, so I think he'll be a little bit further back, but he does get the claim. Angus Chung will be aboard, so he will carry a little bit of a lighter weight. Look, he has won in a higher grade than this August Moon, so he has capable. He just hasn't been in form recently. He's still a 3-time winner, though, so you can't forget that.
That's Valhalla winning that race. He goes up in grade later on the program. And our final replay is on the all-weather. And we've got 4 of them to look at in this. Magic Traveller, Happy Tango, Goodmanship and Modest Gentleman. Happy Tango, for all of his early pace, has never won over the 1,000. All of his wins have been 1,200 metres, whereas Goodmanship was quite competitive last time we saw him over the 1,000.
Yeah, he was, wasn't he? So I'm going to include him on a minor line. I'm going to include Modest Gentleman because his better runs have been at Happy Valley. He was sort of making up a bit of ground wide here. I don't know if he was totally suited here on the all-weather. So coming back to Happy Valley, I think is a positive for him. So both him and Goodmanship, I think, are chances. Again, I don't think it's a strong race, this one.
And Karis Steaton rides Goodmanship for Douglas White, who's been racking up the winners around Happy Valley. But it is a Class 5, and who wins it?
Going to go with Hugh Bowman's mount here. I think he can get off to a good start with Happy Horse, Modest Gentleman, August Moon and Goodmanship. But I think the 1 can win. 1-8-2-6.
Happy Horse looking to make Happy Paul in race number 1 at Happy Valley on Wednesday night. Class 4 is race number 2, the first division of the Kingston Handicap. It's over the 1,650 metres. Lavero is on the class drop. Owner's Prey steps up from the 1,400 to the 1,650. Running ahead has the tongue tie going back on. Fearless Fire blinkers off, but a one-eyed blinker is still kept on. Club Soda has the blinkers off, the pacifiers on. E-Talent minus the blinkers, and down the bottom Stormtrooper. He is having his 3rd go over the 1,650 metres. Fearless Fire, Paul, barrier number 5, and the old boy's been racing pretty well around the valley.
He has, and look, there's no real competition for the lead. So from barrier 5 with the blinkers off, I think he can go forward. The alternative leader is Lavero, but all his runs, all 3 of them, have been on the all-weather. But he has drawn well on barrier 1. I think Simply Maverick's going to be a lot closer than he was last start. He should get his opportunity.
And here he is, Simply Maverick in the first replay. He doesn't win this, but nothing went right for him during the run. He was wide, he was checked at the first turn. To Infinity, Paul, this was his best performance in Class 4 to date. Is Simply Maverick easily the one to beat?
Yeah, definitely. They ran really slow time here. There was 2 seconds slower for the first 850 metres. He got really well back. Simply Maverick, prior to this, he'd absolutely bolted in. The other two horses got first run on him. He came down the outside and he won really nicely. So, look, I think he'll win, Simply Maverick. To Infinity, I've got him in as the Quinella horse because he is running well at the moment, even in this grade.
Easy as that, the big chestnut to make amends at Simply Maverick in the second. So we're playing minor money outside of he and To Infinity. Does Owner's Praise make it in? He runs a sixth here. He's a horse that likes to get back and run on. And this race over the 1650 this week, he has run fourth at his only go at the trip.
Yeah, so been placed over it. I think he'll be well suited to it by Tornado. Hugh Bowman again aboard, so he's got a senior rider. Yeah, he definitely goes in. I think he's the horse to make up the trio. So I like the way he finished off here in 1650 at this stage of his preparation. Looks absolutely ideal. And this race he was in here looks a little bit stronger than the one he'll cop at Happy Valley.
So that means we've got one more horse to find for the top four. Simply Maverick is in the replay again. This is the race he absolutely bolts in. Fearless Fire leads on your speed map. He took a trail behind Super Baby this night. Is he the one that sneaks into the top four?
No, he doesn't. But look, I thought it was, again, this is focusing on the winner here. This is what he can do. Super Baby's come out and won again. Has won since Super Baby. So he just absolutely bolted in this day. Nothing got close to him. So he should have won last start. He should have been two in a row, I think. I think he's going to win this.
So that is Simply Maverick bolting up again. All right, just forget out of fingernails to hear who goes in for fourth.
We'll get there. But I've got Simply Maverick clearly on top from To Infinity, Owner's Praise. I'm going to put an old favourite of yours in there, Stormtrooper, because he's really well rated at the moment. I think he can get himself into a nice position. 2, 6, 3 and 10.
He'll be short, but he should be winning race 2, number 2, Simply Maverick. And the third now, interview coming up shortly for this race, but a look at it more closely as far as the field goes is a Class 4 over the 1650. Samarkand looking for 3 in a row. Total Powers on the class drop. Amazing Teens returns to the turf, so John Sires, as he normally does, takes the pacifiers off. Red Hair King close to another win. Super Baby, he is a horse that is a last start winner carrying an extra 4 pounds. Tourbillon Flow has the blinkers going on. Killer Instinct does too, but they've been re-added. First time blinkers for Tourbillon Flow, and Affirm was much better last time. And he gets a lightweight and a claim for Matthew Poon. If they leave Super Baby alone, Paul, they might pay the penalty again for a great front-running ride from Luke Ferraris, but Double Win might just keep him a bit more honest this week.
Yeah, look, he's gone forward in both his 2 starts to date, has Double Win. So from barrier 11, I think Antoine will just push him forward. Affirm's another one that can go forward as well, but he's drawn wide. Samarkand likes to race on the pace, and Red Hair King from barrier 1 should get the perfect run.
And Jerry Chow is our man in the interview. He rides Samarkand, and here he is with Nick.
Jerry, your season continues to go well. Winners are plenty, and you're riding one that you managed to score on last time in Samarkand. He's a horse who's really hit form now.
Yeah, he won 2 times in a row, and I think he's in a good form. But the top weight is a big challenge for him.
You mentioned obviously the top weight. Obviously he goes up, you know, because he has one, of course. Last time out, he sort of had to knuckle down and battle, but he was a willing partner for you.
Yeah, last time step up to 1800, and I think the last 50 meter he getting a bit tight, and so I asked Mr. Hayes for maybe back to 1650 will better for him, and yeah.
Yeah, no, well, as you say, he's coming back in trip, of course. Good barrier. Gate 3 is going to help you as well, isn't it?
Yeah, and the race I think got some speed, and I can follow them if the pace go well, and I think he will do the same.
He's a 5-year-old. I mean, he's only had 12 starts or a couple of wins now. I mean, he has certainly found form. I mean, should he claim this as well, he's going to go up into Class 3. Do you think he's the type of horse that maybe can go on with it now that he's won a couple of races?
Now he's looking like he liked the Happy Valley, and the form is going very stable. So if he win this time and Class 3 lightweight, I think it will better for him.
That is Jerry Chow, who rides Samarkand. This upcoming, Paul, is Red Hair King, who surely is overdue for another win. His recent form around Happy Valley is 3 placings from his last 4 starts from barriers 9, 3, 11 and 6. He draws the rail. This has to be the week, doesn't it?
I'd say so, yeah. I made him the best. I don't sort of know what price he's going to come up because he'll have a really good run, but Samarkand will have his fans in this race as well, so will Super Baby, the last start winner. So, look, he he was up there. He didn't really get suited by this race because a little bit stop-start, but he did finish off really strongly, and it was a good run from him, I thought.
And we do see To Infinity and Simply Maverick in race number 2. They finished around him in that race. Here is the win by Super Baby last time. It was just a lovely front-running ride from Luke Ferraris. A firm better, though. Can he further improve on this, or you want to see him do something similar? The other two in this race, even allowing for the fact Young Victory's 1 second up, would need to improve.
Yeah, and Bo Goss can be a real monkey. He's a real hard horse to ride. Look, the thing with the firm is he's drawn wide. He's drawn barrier number 8. It's just a little bit of a tricky draw for him. He might put a bit more pressure on Super Baby, though, because they don't want Super Baby to get away with an easy lead, and I think that's why Double Win will come across.
Here is Double Win. We're going back to his last start. He hasn't raced for a while. This second start was the 19th of November, ran second behind Star Club. Had barrier number 10, draws 11 this week, jumped straight from the 1200 to the 1650. Disappointing in his recent trial, though.
He was a little bit, but stepping up to the 1650, you can see this was, as you mentioned, over the shorter trip, 1200, and he was easily outside the leader. So I think he can overcome his wide draw of 11, quite simple here, and put a bit of pressure on Super Baby. He might even try and go on with it. I like the way he really fought on strongly here in this race, so I'm going to include him on a minor line. Coming back to Happy Valley, I think will be okay for him.
And Benno's horses are racing pretty well at the moment, but your best bet is Red Hair King.
Yeah, I think Red Hair King will win, so he's clearly on top for me. Samarkand, I think, will get a nice run from barrier number 3. Super Baby, the last start winner, Double Win. So I think they'll be the first 4 round the bend, these first 4 horses, and I think they'll be the first 4 home. 4, 1, 5, 7.
On the speed, the place to be for the first leg of 6 Up, which is race number 3. Race number 4, it is by George. It's the Great George. It's over the 1200 metres and a class 4 with Wood on Fire, top weight again, but better last time. We've got Gallant Crown, who's had a couple of trials since being scratched on the 20th of December with a heart irregularity. Mega Bonus cheek pieces off, the visor goes back on. Speedy Chariot wears a tongue tie for the first time. Country Dancer makes his Happy Valley debut wearing pacifiers. Valhalla's won 2 from his last 3, comes up into class 4. And Harmony Home gets in with a lightweight, carries 4 pounds less than last start with that claim for the train. Sea Sapphire with that very distinctive blaze of his Paul leads, but Mega Bonus also shows pace, and Wood on Fire gets a great run.
Yeah, he should go forward, Wood on Fire, from barrier 5. He normally goes forward when he draws low, but Sea Sapphire is led in his last 2 starts. Mega Bonus is another one that likes to lead, but has drawn barrier 11, so he might have to come across. It could be tough for Talent Supremo here from barrier 10. He might just get caught wide. Speedy Chariots could get a nice run. Great Achievers only had the 1 start but ran well, and High Rise Soldier. I think all these horses will get their chance because there will be a little bit of pace in this race.
Looks perhaps the most open race of the night, this one. Lots of chances in it. We're going to go back to the replay of High Rise Soldier running 3rd last time. He's getting on a bit now, being an 8-year-old, but he has won 4 times course and distance and has won up to a rating of 68.
Yeah, rated really well at 54 at the moment. So this was a good run from him. Zach Purdon rode him. Vincent Ho will jump aboard here coming into this race meeting. Thought he finished off really nicely. So from barrier 2, he's definitely going to get his opportunity. In a real open race, he's the one I'm going to go with.
What about Wood on Fire? He loves his way around the valley.
He does. He just was disappointing 2 starts ago. He sort of, you thought something was wrong with him almost, didn't he? He was tailed off. But look, the top weight put me off a bit.
All right, so yes to High Rise Soldier. Weight issue for Wood on Fire. Talent Supremo, he ran 4th last time. He is a horse which has improved since coming to Happy Valley, but as we saw in your speed map, he might be 3 wide even for the fact that Hugh Bowman is going to ride him. Can you see him figuring, or the run perhaps just a little too tough?
I put him on a real minor line as a 4th selection because, again, this isn't a strong race, but he'll need some luck from with that barrier draw for sure. If he does get any sort of cover, then I think he can finish off, but that was the big if for me. That's why he's only in there for 4th.
In our final replay, we go down a grade to class 5 for this one. It is Valhalla, who you can't knock the way he's been going out of the Founds barn, down in grade. This race was over 1,200 metres, so stays at the same distance, Paul. His record in class 5 is good. His form is good, but up in grade he has struggled so far.
He's had 8 goes in class 4, and the best we've seen is a 3rd. So that's just the query I've got with Valhalla. I'm happy to watch him in this because he is a horse that's in form, and he hasn't found an overly strong class 4. But it's just that grade. It just puts you off a little bit with that record. Let's see if he can come up. He is in form. That's one thing you have to say for him.
Yes, we could have shown about another 5 or 6 replays for this race because there's that many chances.
There is. I'm going to go with High Rise Soldier, though, on top. A very well-rated horse. Mr. Good Vibes is a horse we haven't talked about. Now, he's also a get back. He'll be running on strongly. And he has caught the eye over 1,000 metres down the straight 1,000 a couple of times. Great Achiever, another one who's only had the one start and made some ground. And Talent Supremo. As you say, wide open, 4-11-5-6.
And you'll be surprised to know, being a wide open race number 4, it's the first leg of the Triple Trio. Race number 5 now. A lot of last start winners line up in this race, and it's the second division of the Great George, Class 4 over the 1,200 metres. Happy Fat Cats on the class drop. Easy Snip, Gallant Valor, both last start winners. Gold Tax having his first start for David Hall, minus cheek pieces. Lyrical Motion's a last start winner. Sight Victory draws wide again. Hero Star's a 4-time course and distance winner. Super Eagle has placed 7 from 13 course and distance. And Super Elite down the bottom draws barrier number 1 for what will be the 4th time out of his last 5 starts. Hero Star, Paul, he's got early pace, but he just has not been finishing off from the speed.
No, he hasn't. Happy Fat Cat's another one that likes to lead or be on the pace. Lyrical Motion went forward last time. Super Eagle will do it tough, I think, from a wide draw. Thought Gallant Valor last start one will get a perfect run, as will Joy Coming. Back to Hardy Wish, Gold Tack, Easy Snip, another last start winner. So yeah, another open race this one, another Triple Trio league.
It is leg number 2, and we're going to start with the win of Easy Snip, who had a perfect trip last time, was just down on the rail, and you can see him there under Karis Teeton. Barrier number 2, extra £5 for this, but importantly, Paul, also barrier number 11.
Yeah, he's going to make it a lot difficult. He got a perfect run through the inside and won. Look, I've got him in on a minor line because the start prior to this, he actually went back and finished off really strongly. So he's a horse who's in good form at the moment, but just on a minor line for me.
He's a member of the Benno Young stable, is Easy Snip, 2-time winner from 20 starts, 1 from 4 course and distance. Gallant Valor, his victory last time. Super Eagle was enormous. He was never on the track. Gallant Valor given a perfect trip on the inside this night by James McDonald. Another good draw this week. Brenton Abdallah will jump on board.
Yeah, barrier 2. I think he's a horse who's still got rating points in hand. Gallant Valor, Jamie Richards got this horse going very well at the moment. Again, a perfect trip and a nice ride here from James McDonald got him home. But I think he's going to get something very similar. The thing with Super Eagle that worries me is the barrier draw. He's going to get in for a tough run, and I thought Gallant Valor was really holding him easily at the line.
He certainly was. So that's that replay. Lyrical Motion, he worked to this win. It had to be coming sooner rather than later, and he delivered from a good draw, barrier number 1 on the C+3 course. He carried 118 pounds that night. He actually carries less weight in this race because Casper's put Ellis Wong on board. Ellis's just second ride it will be by the time we get to this race around the valley.
I've got him in, again, on a minor line, Lyrical Motion, because he was placed about 4 times leading into this win. I think the Prentice claim is going to bring him to a really light weight, and he won with plenty in hand. It was a really nice win from him. So he's a horse in form.
And High Rise Soldier and Wood on Fire run in the race prior. They were finishing about midfield in that race, that pair. Finally, Joy Coming runs 5th. He's a horse that has been plagued by some bad barriers right throughout the season. He's had 8, 3, 10 and 12 at his last 4. He did win from barrier number 3 on the 13th of September. What are his chances here?
Yeah, I think he's a big chance, actually. Joy Coming. He's going to be a lot closer in the run. Look, he did have the race run to suit here because Beauty Destiny set up really fast sectionals. But he finished off nicely enough. But from barrier 6, he should get his opportunity.
And that is a breakdown. As you said, pretty open race again, the second leg of the TT. Who are you with?
I'm going to go with Gallant Valor. I think he can put 2 in a row here. He's a horse that did win nicely and he's drawn well in barrier 2. Joy Coming, Lyrical Motion and Easy Snip. We've talked about all 3. 4, 2, 6 and 3.
Brenton Abdallah with a winner for Paul, and Jamie Richards, they combine with Gallant Valor in race number 5. The feature race, the only group race of the season at Happy Valley, is the January Cup. It's race number 6. And the field looks this way with Encountered coming out of Group 1 racing last time. Moneycatcher won it last year. Sword Point, he ran 6th behind Romantic Warrior in the Cup on International Day. Telecom Fighters, all of his wins, 7 of them over 16.50. Tourbillon Diamond, the blinkers off and the visor goes on. Nimble Nimbus has placed his only time over the 1800 at Happy Valley. Happy Together is looking to make it 4 from his last 5. And La City Blanche, she ran 7th behind Ensued last time. Draws barrier number 1. Will get a good trip over the 1800 metres. And we know Telecom Fighters likes to lead, Paul, but there's speed also from horses like Moneycatcher and Champion Dragon.
Yeah, and Nimble Nimbus likes to go forward, and Counted likes to go forward. So there's a big run to that first gap, and I think if they do spread out a little bit, Telecom Fighters does like to put a bit of pace on. I think these horses will get their opportunities. They can come in, which means if there is pace in the race, every horse will get their opportunity.
Well, Frankie Law won it last year. He does have defending champion Moneycatcher in the race with 2 others, and Nick spoke to Frankie about his trio of chances.
Frankie Law, the biggest night in racing at Happy Valley, or second biggest night perhaps after the IJC coming up this Wednesday, is the January Cup, of course, the only group race run at the City Circuit. You've got 3 runners. Let's start with last year's winner, Moneycatcher. Now, he's going for a repeat bid. How is he 12 months on?
He looks okay because he's on the horse. He's always better go in front or sit second, third, still okay.
He's running off 113, Frankie. He won this off 110 last year, so he's obviously at the right sort of place. Perhaps you think under these conditions to nearly try and win it again?
Try, because as you say, last season he's carried I think maybe 127. This time he need to carry 134. A little bit big weight, but anyway, we still need to try, yeah.
Just having a quick look at this sort of the speed map, Frankie. There's Telecom Fighters in the race who likes to go forward. So how does that sort of compromise Moneycatcher? Because we know he likes to lead.
I think he still can maybe follow second. Doesn't matter, because at least he's in the forward. I think it's okay, yeah.
He's going to be joined by a couple of others. Sword Point is one of them. Now, he's only had 1 go here at Happy Valley. What did you make of his run on International Day? Because, I mean, it certainly wasn't the worst.
But international ways, he finished 6th, still good for me. I think around bit by 2 or 3 lengths, yeah, behind the winners. But anyway, he Happy Valley, he raced 1 time last season, but still not too bad. He finished 5th, yeah.
You've got Hugh Bowman back on board as well. He obviously knows the horse. He's won on the horse, so that's, I guess, a positive as well.
Yeah. I put him on Get Up last Thursday. He happy, yeah.
He's drawn next to Moneycatcher there, so obviously 2 of them well drawn. And Happy Together is your final run. Now, he's probably the most interesting because he's improved quite a decent amount since he's joined you, and he's got a very light weight.
Yes. You know, some European horse, maybe need time. I'm lucky. I get this horse. And this time he get a lightweight. I think it's good for him because you know the pace should be fast. Yeah.
This will be his first go the course and distance. Obviously, he was a nice winner at 16.50 last time. You think 1800 will suit him just as well?
I think so because last season he raced 1800 in Shatin. I think the jockeys know how to ride this horse. Yes.
Just with this horse, Frankie, I mean, he always showed plenty when he was with Richard Gibson, but I mean, he's now lining up in a Group 3. He's running off 91. You know, he's clearly a nice horse, isn't he? And continues to improve. Do you think there's still quite a bit to come from him?
Yeah. He looks every time he can improve, and then usually, if you can ride him a bit quiet, and he can have a quite strong finish. Yeah.
Without wanting to really pick between the 3, would he be the top pick of the 3? Do you think, or have they all got equal sort of chances?
I think usually, for me, Sword Point should be one is the best one because last time he just won him good one and finished just 6 really close. Yeah.
Best dressed trainer in Hong Kong, Frankie Law there, talking about his 3 runners in the January Cup. Encountered, Paul. We're going to the mile. This was a field and a half. That's Golden 60 in the Yellow Cup about to launch. Voyage Bubble in between runners. Encountered ended up running 8th here, but he's dropping in grade and coming back to his favourite track.
Yeah, and look, he's already a group winner this season, winning the Sasa Ladies Purse as well, did Encountered. So, look, he's more than capable. He can carry big weights. He's done it in the past. This was obviously a step too far, the Group 1, but this is a lot easier. It depends what sort of run he gets. That's the key for him. But I'm going to take a chance with him because we've seen him sit 4 or 5 wide around Happy Valley and still win.
That was one of the wins of the season, that one last time when he did that. It was enormous. And finally, he is going to have to beat an up-and-comer in Helene Feeling. And the connections and trainer Danny Shum do have some big targets in mind for this horse, i.e. the 4-year-old series.
Yeah, exactly. And he looks like he's going to be a big player in that. Barrier 9, I just thought was a little bit sticky for him. But again, if he gets any sort of run, I think he can be there. So he should get back a little bit. He might be a little bit further back. This race is going to be a little bit tougher than the one that he won here. But I think he's more than capable, and he goes in as the Quinella horse for me. He is going nice at the moment. And if he wants to be a serious contender for the 4-year-old series, he'll need to run well on this.
He will indeed. So if he's the Quinella horse, it's 1 to beat number 7.
Yeah, 1 to beat 7 in this race. I think Encountered can win his second group race for the season. 1 to beat 7, happy together. And Champion Dragon might be the forgotten horse. He's drawn ideally, and he can sit just in behind the pace in barrier number 2. 1796.
And start time for the feature. The Group 3 January Cup is 9:45 local. Race number 7, scratching to pass on here. SJ Torbian is not running, so Prime Minister on a quick backup comes into the field. He'll be number 10, Matthew Poon, to ride Prime Minister. It is a Class 3 over the 1800 metres, and Splendid Living has his first look at 1800 metres. Awesome Flute coming back in trip and to Happy Valley for the first time. Cheer and Mascot, Shadow Roll Off, Pacifiers with Cowls going on. Lean Hero, he's run second at the trial since running 5th behind Chilchibi at the back of November. Universal Horizon blinkers go on. Happy Valley debut, but he did trial here in May of 2022. Intrepid Winner's a last start winner over 2200 metres. And then to the bottom we've got 18 Palms and also a Gallant Hero. What's our pace tell us here, Paul? Majestic Victory and Splendid Living, the 2.
Yeah, look, Splendid Living, when he won his last start, he didn't actually lead. So if Majestic Victory wants to go on with it, he can easily tuck in behind. But Lean Hero from 1 should get a nice run. Universal Horizon won't be far away. It looks tough for 18 Palms, so he's drawn wide, and he was wide last time. Prime Minister comes into the race, he gets back, along with Gallant Hero gets back, and so does Awesome Fluke.
More from Paul shortly. Firstly, it's Nick with last start winning jockey of Intrepid Winner, Keegan DeMello.
Keegan DeMello, you and Intrepid Winner have created a bit of a rapport so far this season. And well, last time out, you must have been sort of giggling to yourself on the home turn because you watched it all unfold and you came through and won well.
Yeah, look, I thought I was in the right position in the race, and they started kicking a little bit of speed into it, and I was still going fairly well, and a lot of guys have made their moves, and yeah, I was just sitting behind and knowing my horse has got a kick, and the gaps opened at the right time, which was nice, and I thought he won a good race that day.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose from a rider's perspective, you must have been quite impressed with the way he sort of did travel round and was able to find that kick at the end of, 2,200 metres.
Yeah, look, I thought he was given every opportunity to stay. We didn't go very hard, and they turned it into a little bit of a sprint at about the 800, but this horse is quite sharp and alert to his task, so he did it well.
You're the only man to have ridden him this season. You've ridden him over this course and distance as well. He is coming back in trip. Does that hold any fears in your mind, or is he quite a versatile horse in that respect?
I think he's very versatile, and any trip you throw at him, he sort of gives his best. He's not very big, but he does always give of his best, and I've always thought, in my opinion, that he's probably more 2,000 metre horse. So last time I thought it might be a little bit of a stretch, but as I said, they gave him every opportunity to stay last time.
And just in those races, I mean, they're usually run at a rather peculiar gallop in some respects. Some will take off halfway down the back, etc. So they must be sort of strange races to ride in, so to speak.
Yeah, look, we're not used to that back at home. So when that sort of happens, yeah, you just got to keep your cool and trust what you got underneath you. And this horse, I thought he was the right thing to do last time. I didn't want to make any early moves, and I thought he finished it off very nicely with a little bit in hand.
You've galloped him since as well. How's he felt to you?
Yeah, very good. He's in a healthy spot, and he's doing very well back at home. So it's nothing more I can ask of him. He's done me proud this season so far. So let's hope he can step up a little bit more.
Keegan DeMello there looking for another winner on Intrepid Winner for Michael Cheng. He's going to have to beat horses though, Paul, such as Romantic Lau, who's racing very consistently. This fourth last time over the 1650. He's had the one go over the 1800, ran second in it behind a horse by the name of Chilchibi.
Yeah, exactly, and it was a good run. Look, he goes in for me, Romantic Lau. He's barrier number 7, a little bit tricky, but he's got that big run to the 1800, so he should be okay, and he stayed on really nicely in this race, so he's a horse that's going well at the moment.
That is a good report for Romantic Lau. A few more to have a look at, including 18 Palms. He's another one up to 1,800 metres for the first time. He's fairly consistent, but the replay shows him on the rail here. We saw on the speed map from the draw, he might have to do plenty of work.
Yeah, I quite liked him this night. He had a perfect run. He couldn't get past the first two. He did stay on there nice enough for third, but prior to that, he drew wide and he had an awful run, and I can see him doing something similar in this, so I just don't know what sort of run he's going to get. 1,800 shouldn't be a problem. He's by El Rocker, but it's just the draw puts me off.
Barrier the worry for 18 Palms, so we'll wait till he draws better. Lean Hero's been good to you in the past too. He's been to Chungfa, and this is a second at the trials behind SJ Torbjorn, who he was supposed to race, but he has been scratched. Good draw and is a distance winner.
Yeah, he definitely goes in. I think he's one of the main chances, does Lean Hero, and he's drawn really nicely in barrier number 1, so he'll get a perfect run just off the pace, and I can see him finishing off really strongly. He's a nice horse, and the further they go, the better for him, being by Morris. So, yeah, he's definitely in for me, and I thought this trial was really nice. He wasn't pushed a bit.
A good report for Lean Hero if you do like him. There's one more to have a look at. It's the horse you're going to make a case for, Splendid Living, top of the weights, but a noted Happy Valley performer.
4-time winner, and he's also won with 135 in the past. He's got to carry the 135. He's had a month off. He's been up in Chungfa. He's looked really good up there as well. He's come back. I think he could be a forgotten horse. We know he's going to get a lovely run, and he's out of a high chaparral mare, so 1,800 should be good.
And you're giving Lyle Hewitson a few chances through the meeting.
Yeah, I think Lyle's going to have a really good night, and I think this is one of them, and he's going to be at a bit of a price too, is Splendid Living, so we'll make him the each-way play here under top weight. Lean Hero, Romantic Lau. And another one I haven't talked about is Universal Horizon, coming here for the first time. He's had a one quiet trial at Happy Valley, and you have to go all the way back to the May 2022 when he did trial there, but he trialled quite nicely. So 1648, blinkers on him for the first time, Universal Horizon, but each way the one for me.
And he did race wide first up at Shantin, did Universal Horizon. That's a preview for race number 7 out of Happy Valley. We wrap up Wednesday night with the last race, number 8. It is a Class 3 over the 1,200 metres, and Grateful Heart is a 3-time course and distance winner. Atomic Force is on a 6-day backup. Brave Stars placed all 3 runs this season. Co-partner Ambition last start winner carries an extra £7. Happy Valley race debut for Celestial Colours. A Emeritus Spexo, number 8, has the blinkers on for the first time. California Sybil 4 trials, and down the bottom, You're My Everything, well rated, being a 3-time course and distance winner, has blinkers going back on. And looking at the speed map, Paul, everybody gets their chance.
Yeah, I think they do here. Healthy goes forward. Celestial Colours coming here for the first time, but went forward in a recent trial. Brave Star will slot in. Beauty Champ likes to go forward. Co-partner Ambition midfield. California Sybil likes to go midfield. So they should all find their places, I think.
Here is Alexi Bedell now with Nick talking healthy.
Alexi, a nice book of rides coming up for you on Wednesday night, January Cup night. One of them is Healthy, who you won on last time. It was the first time that you've ridden the horse, but you must have been impressed.
Yes, clearly it was a strong win, you know, a lot of ability. I think the horse is a young and progressive, and he's got some ability for sure.
And I guess that's been a notable trait with Pierre's horses. They just seem to continue to step up, and I guess as a jockey, you know, when you're booked for one of them that's in form, you can be pretty confident that they might well continue that form.
Yeah, that's true. The stable's going very well at the moment, so I can only hope that it's carry on this way, you know. But the horse, he's got quality, so last time was a good run, as you said, and I'm hoping he can carry on.
They put him up £7. You've got gate 7. How do you see sort of things panning out from there, sort of middle of the line, so to speak?
Well, last time he seemed pretty easy to ride. I mean, straightforward. He jumped clean. He showed good speed. He was comfortable with a bit of cover, but I know he can go forward if I have to as well. So, I mean, it's just a matter of putting the horse in the right spot wherever he's comfortable. There is a bit of pace in the race, so it shouldn't be too complicated.
He's won 3 from 4 this season. You've ridden winners. I had a look at the last 3 Happy Valley meetings, so it's been a good, happy hunting ground for you so far, the city circuit.
Yeah, I like Happy Valley. It's always a good circuit. Many surprises sometimes, but it's a racetrack which I'm comfortable with, so hopefully I can keep the ball rolling.
Could well do. The big race coming up, of course, the only group race at Happy Valley is the January Cup. Must ask you about your ride in that. Happy Together. I mean, he's improving no end. Lightweight, up in trip. You must be confident going into the big one on Wednesday.
Yeah, correct. He's a quality horse, and I thought he had a good preparation regarding to this race. Hopefully, he'll stay the trip. I think it's 18 for the second time, but he's a horse that probably he's been comfortable over the mile, so I just have to make sure he stays the distance, I would say.
And that is Alexi Bedell talking healthy and Happy Together in the feature. These three horses clash again, Paul. They were 1, 2, 3 in this race. Co-partner Ambition's going really well. So's Brave Star without winning. And A. America Spexo has the blinkers on for the first time.
Yeah, they've both been very honest and a really good win here for co-partner Ambition. He did come off heels there at one stage as well. And once he got into the clear, he finished off really strongly and won. He goes in as well. Brave Star's been honest, so he goes in. Both on minor lines. America Spexo just can't seem to win in this grade, although he is running well. He just hasn't got his nose in front.
The newcomer to Happy Valley under race conditions is Celestial Comet. You've been with him in his first 2 starts in Hong Kong. There's been little wrong with them. They've been very, very strong fields that he has come out of. Anything, this looks an easier race for him?
Yeah, I think it does. I mean, he's been racing against Galaxy Patch and Mugen in his races. Wunderbar there, who's come out and won again. So really good, strong races that he's come out. Ka Ying Rising was in this one as well. So, look, I think he's a horse suited by Zoostar here at Happy Valley. He's won a trial here. He looked good winning that trial as well. So, with that being said, I think he can get across, be right on the pace. Maybe he could be a bit of value in this race as well. So, look, I quite like him in this.
And that's that man, Lyle Hewitson again.
Yeah, I've got Lyle on top in about 3 races. So let's hopefully he has a really good night, does it, Lyle? But he's on top for me, which that horse here, number 5, which is Celestial Colours. To beat the 4, which is co-partner Ambition. He goes in for second. Brave Star. They're both honest, those two, and healthy. See if he can go well once again. 5, 4, 3, 9 in the lucky last.
And that is the preview for January Cup night at Happy Valley. The feature is race number 6. We race on the B course. The first race is at 7:10 p.m. local time or 11:10 a.m. if you're watching in Wrexham.